This is Kimberly Sellers Bates. I come to you each Thursday at 7 p.m. with Boston. This week, we are going to talk from the topic I Choose You. I'd like to tell you that every day as a business owner will be sunshine and roses. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Some of the biggest lessons that I've learned in dealing with clients where their only fit with KSTB was their ability to pay. Just as a lot of business owners do, when I first started, look, I would take on any and every client. Just as many of you do today, I would haggle with people. I would negotiate with them about my prices. I was just getting my company started. So to me, any money was good money. During the first month in business, a lady actually came to me and wanted to house veterans, but she clearly had no passion for working with this population. Her only reason for wanting to house these veterans, these men and women who served our country, was to collect the monthly per diem. And you know what? During a meeting, she actually said that to me. She said, "Look, I have no problems paying your fees, paying your KSTB fees, but really all these veterans need is somewhere to lay their head." Hmm, you know, I had to think to myself, was money really that important? Did I really, really want this woman as a client? You know what? My heart would not let me. I actually refused her account. Although I really, really needed the money, I still know to this day that I made the right decision. Within a few months after that, I started getting blessings. I started getting more and more clients who, A, could pay my fee, but not only that, they were passionate about what they did. So, the other spectrum of that is I also met clients who wouldn't pay my fee or who couldn't pay my fee. One of the biggest red flags that you will see is when people come to you and they say, I really don't have any money. Let me tell you something. You will spend 99% of your time chasing them down, trying to get your invoice paid. So I quickly realized that if I wanted to succeed in my business, that I needed to determine who my ideal client would be. So I developed a strategy that has proven to be quite effective for me. I hope that some of the tactics and strategies that I use will help you as well. So let me share them with you. The first one is know who you are. You can't determine what kind of client you want to attract unless you know who you are. What exactly is your business? What do you do best? I shared before with people that a few years ago, I actually sold my scholarship division. My scholarship division was one that was near and dear to me. I wanted to find money for students to attend technical schools, 4-year colleges, and just do the things that they wanted to do on a higher education level. I hired 2 employees and we were well on our way. Well, guess what? Unfortunately, people were not willing to pay for this information. So it turned out to be a money pit. I tried for over a year to make the scholarship division work, but in the end, I had to let it go. You'll have to make these tough business decisions, but again, you need to know what you do best. And unfortunately, this scholarship division was not one of the best services that KSTB was providing. Therefore, I found the 2 employees that I had for the scholarship division, I found them other positions within KSTB to utilize their skills. So, first one, know who you are. Number two, become an expert in your field. I don't care what your industry is. When people think of it, your name should be the one that comes to mind immediately, either your personal name or your business name. I spend at least an hour every day reading newspapers, listening to blogs, visiting websites because I want to make sure that I'm keeping up with the changes and updates in my field. I want to become a professional and an expert in all aspects of research, grant writing, corporate sponsorships, seminars, webinars, etc. I'm a member of several LinkedIn groups, Twitter groups, and Facebook groups for people who are entrepreneurs or people who have businesses that are just like mine. I participate in chats that are dedicated to my industry, and one of the great things that I've done is I've set up Google Alerts. Google Alerts keep me updated on things happening in my industry, but also I've set up a Google Alert for both my personal name and my business name. It's important to know what people are saying about both you and your company. Number three, know who your competition is. It is absolutely imperative that you make a list of your competitors. You need to know who they are, what they offer, who their clients are. If you can, find out what their fees are. Find out what their top performing services are. I know exactly who my competitors are, and I actually follow them on Twitter. I check their websites, and I even attend their events whenever I can. Number four, what does your ideal client look like? I want you to take the time to develop an ideal client profile. What should that include? It should include demographic info, their gender, their age, their job, their location. It should also tell you what their needs are, what their budget is. One thing that's very important when you're looking at new clients, pay attention to whether or not they speak positively or negatively about their past consultants or past people that they've done business with. And finally, find out how they heard about you. Word of mouth is extremely important. So, for me, when I find out that someone has recommended someone to me, we send them a card or I shoot them an email or pick up the phone and call them and personally thank them. When you're meeting with potential clients, remember that you are interviewing them as well as them interviewing you. Don't be afraid to let them know in the initial conversation that you think that they will be better matched with someone else, so you will refer them to someone else, or that you are not accepting additional clients at this time. Trust me on this. I won't go into a long explanation, but you will thank me one day for just saying no. Always remember that no is a complete sentence. If you don't feel good about the client or potential client, go ahead, refer them to someone else, or let them know that you are unable to work with them at this time. My fifth and final tip is to stay social. Social media is a critical tool for finding and attracting your ideal client. You know, statistics will indicate that over 95% of adults have visited or use social network within the last month. Many people use social media to get consumer information, so make sure that you use these platforms. There's no need to sign up to have a presence on every social media outlet that's out there, but you do want to focus your efforts on a few of these channels, the key channels where your ideal client that you made the list of earlier, that your ideal client spends most of his or her time. I want to thank you for spending these 10 minutes with me this week. Every Thursday, I come to you at Boston and talk to you about both personal strategies and business strategies that have worked for me. I want all of us to vibe higher. So please tune in to Boston next Thursday at 7 p.m. on YouTube, and I look forward to talking to you then. Take care. Bye.